Teen Titans is a show that is beloved by almost everyone that got to watch it every single day from 2003 till 2006. And one of the best characters from this show is Raven, daughter of the demon Trigon and everyone's favorite empath, which is pretty ironic considering her ever-changing, uncontrollable emotions and her struggle every single day to live with them. I want to take a look at Teen Titans and come one step closer to understanding emotions through the character of Raven. Raven's character dichotomy is pretty interesting because as an empath, a lot of her powers also rely on her general emotional state. And because of her own father's imprisonment in the gem smack in the middle of her forehead, she has to keep them in control and at bay at all times. When you add this to her history in Azeroth, learning to control her emotions and to prioritize her being the vessel for her father and trying to suppress that and delay that as long as possible, with the frantic emotional state of just the average teenager, her dealing with the world's biggest threats time after time after time, being a part of the Titans, and also needing to tap into those same very emotions in order to help people and save the day with the Titans. And you have the recipe for one of the more interesting characters in all of American cartoons. This balancing act is put on full display in numerous episodes like Nevermore, Fear Itself, and even in Switched, with each key episode highlighting the importance in some way, shape, or form, whether it's her unleashing her full demon side on Dr. Light in Nevermore, Starfire learning how to keep herself in check for the sake of Raven's powers while inhabiting her body in the episode Switched, or in Fear Itself, Raven quite literally creating problems for herself and everyone around her because of her emotional instability stemming from her rejection of her own fear.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I am afraid. I'm afraid, but that doesn't mean I can't fight back.
At the end of the day, it's something that we all struggle with. A situation that's made worse because of an outburst that we just couldn't contain any longer because we're truly fed up with the situation at hand, and it's no longer something that we can really hide from the world. Or an unfamiliar situation in which you can't express your feelings the way that you usually would. Because of that, you have to adjust your entire emotional catalog and how you express yourself while in the presence of something that is completely out of your comfort zone. This struggle comes in the form and plants its seeds in unsettling self-doubt for us all, increasing our insecurities and putting them at the forefront of our mind to always think about in these times of when we truly should be able to keep them at bay. It roots itself in our actions and it paralyzes us to the point to where we can't do a thing about the situation at hand. Ideas and thoughts are shooting throughout your head, but you're frozen. In all reality, you're not moving at all. You can't do anything because all these things are happening at once and you can't process it in time in order for you to act. All you can do is emote because you can't balance all of that at once. For Raven, sometimes it's all of these, and other times it's just kind of bothersome things, her emotions. But regardless, I find that there are two things that always pull Raven back to the land of sanity that she needs to be in order to conduct and complete and succeed in any tasks that she's doing without the story. Number one, the Titans. Whether it's the comfort that Robin's words give her in the end storyline towards the end of the show, or the jokes and the laughter that comes from Beast Boy whenever the two are sharing the screen together. It doesn't matter if it's the cultivated understanding that Starfire and Raven have come to being the only girls on the team and going through their experiences in the Switched episode, or maybe it's the relatable feelings that she feels with Cyborg, but time and time again, these characters, these Titans, these friends, always manage to find themselves with Raven when she needs them. They're always around to pick her up when she falls, and are there to elevate her to being the best that she can be every single time. But on the other side of the coin, we have number two, responsibility. Raven is the daughter of Trigon, essentially the living embodiment of Satan in this universe, and because of her father's manipulative abuse, his plotting, and Azarath's teachings, she bears fruit to be the key to the world's end, a passageway to the end of existence, the door for the devil. with this looming over her every waking moment of her life, sometimes engulfing her in the thought that she is too much like her father, or that maybe one day she may become truly like him, or even worse, servicing his ultimate goals and plan to destroy the earth. She can't afford to doubt, she can't afford to ponder on all these things, to cry, to smile, to waste time on these petty emotions that may lay waste to the world and all the friends that she's made around her. Because at the end of the day, there's a greater force at play, the fate of her entire world.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but my emotions are dangerous. I can't afford to feel anything. You may have my body, but you know nothing about me.
The stakes for Raven's life seem too large and too incomprehensible for us to possibly understand. It seems unbearable to the naked eye that just views the series from the lens of enjoyment, or even from the lens of connection that some of you may be viewing the series with. But my point that I'm trying to make today is that we all deal with emotions in our own different ways. We all have to express ourselves in unique and different ways from each other that some people may not understand, and that we also can't do at all times. There may be some situations, like I mentioned before, where you just can't, and it's natural to struggle with the control over those same emotions. No matter how young or how powerful someone is, or by any other metric that someone may try to discredit the things that you go through or the emotions that you feel, you have to handle them firsthand. You have to come face to face with those same emotions that have been processed through your brain and are now expressed through your facial expressions, through your gestures, through your posture, through your words, and through your actions. You have to control them, you have to keep them at bay, but you also can't sacrifice them for the needs of everyone else. There are ways of conforming, there are ways of expression that are appropriate in different situations, but don't suppress the things that you go through. Remember, at the end of the day, we don't have the same power as Raven, but the one thing that we do have on our side is those same emotions. And your emotions are your power.
Down and you and I are in the wrong bodies and... Starfire, you have to calm down. My powers are driven by emotion. The more you feel, the more energy you unleash.
I appreciate everyone who's gotten this far in the video. I hope that you all enjoyed this entry into my playlist and my series of the most relatable characters in all of media. I want to talk about Raven and overall Teen Titans for a long time. I made a video on it way back when, like a few months ago, but even that video was kind of poorly done. I might redo it one day or just analyze different Teen Titans characters. I might talk about it on stream. Watch my streams. I stream every week on this channel on Saturdays before my pod goes live every other Saturday. Check out the Loud and Wrong podcast. Should be in the description or in the comment section below. And other than that, I hope that you guys have a good day. Again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.